Have you wondered what would it feel like to play as a member of the Federal Bureau of Control trying to contain the hiss at the oldest house? Well, if you did, FBC Firebreak has got you covered.
So, that's the job.
FBC Firebreak is a first-person team-based PvE multiplayer shooter from Remedy Entertainment, developers of Control and Elevate games. This game is set in the same universe as those games, and especially Control. You play as Firebreak members, who are tasked with defeating enemies created from the hiss and clearing any harmful things that can affect the oldest house, the same setting from Control. When I first saw a multiplayer game from Remedy set in the Control universe was being made, I was excited but skeptical. Because they are so good at single-player story games, I wasn't sure if a multiplayer game would work. After seeing the trailers, I got more hyped and the game released on PS5, Xbox consoles and PC. Plus, it is also available on Xbox Game Pass and PS Plus. I have played it, and I gotta say, it is quite fun, but has its issues as well. The gameplay in FBC Firebreak is smooth, and the game plays well. You can choose from 3 kits. Kits are basically your classes in this game. Fix Kit, Splash Kit, and Jump Kit. Fix Kit is your fixer. This class starts out with a wrench that you can use to repair broken devices. Splash Kit is your healer. This class shoots water to other players to cool them off, because the maps and the enemies can deal burning damage. But there are shower stations to cool off as well. This was my main class as I enjoyed playing the healer role for once, plus it automatically came with the submachine gun. And the last class is Jump Kit. This class features the electrokinetic orange impactor. That's a mouthful. It uses electricity to repair broken electric devices. It also allows you to propel yourself into the air. It was okay like the Fix Kit. My go-to is definitely the Splash Kit. I hope to see more kits included in the future. Choosing these classes has little benefit to the game, because the overall mission design wants the player to choose a class, but even if you don't, it is doable in easier difficulties. What makes each class unique is that you can equip any weapon that comes with it to other classes. Only your standard weapons though, not your class-based special weapons. Like you can't just equip the wrench to another class, but you can equip the submachine gun to any class you want. And that's what I did, because by far it was the best gun in the game at the start. The starting guns of revolver, submachine gun and a shotgun is a hit and miss. Like I said, the submachine gun was my go-to, the handling of it was smooth and the shots felt impactful. The revolver and the shotgun did good damage too, but I like my gameplay to be faster, that's why I opted for the submachine gun. Saying that, I do like the recoil on the revolver. Still, overall guns felt good to shoot. Killing the enemies gave off that satisfying feeling. The movement in this game is really good. Remedy usually makes third-person games, but they made first-person feel very engaging to play. The speed was appropriate with a stamina bar that didn't feel deflated anytime, so I could just run and gun easily. Obviously, there are skills to be acquired which can make the movement even better, like sprinting faster. Talking about skills, you can also equip more skills like carrying more grenades, or reloading faster, you know, those kind of things. The response in the game and the time to fire was really well executed as well. The gunplay and the movement are definitely the best parts of this game, and the graphics. The graphics are really strong, especially the particle effects. But the enemies are the downside. The variety is really lacking and they are just there to be an annoyance. Killing them feels satisfying thanks to the guns, but the actual enemies got boring after a while. I wish there were more different varieties of enemies to spice things up. You have running enemies, shooting, flying and big ones. And I hope to see more included in the future. But when the enemies swarm you, it can get really overwhelming and you can die easily, so teamwork is key in those moments. Once you're down, you need to wait for your teammate to revive you, and I'm used to Fortnite, so not being able to move was really frustrating. I wish I could just crawl on the floor to my teammate who is across the map. The game features jobs. These are your missions and map. These jobs are hotfix, paper chase, ground control, frequency shift, and freezer duty. Each job features areas within them, and the more you play, the more that specific job gets more objectives. I was used to the map layout and the mission structure pretty quickly, and I like that. It was easy enough to understand, but not complex enough to keep learning. Hotfix is the first job and kind of a tutorial. Here you have to cool off the vents. Paper chase was arguably the most unique one. You gotta destroy sticky notes around the map, and when you keep playing you can face Sticky Ricky. Freezer duty was a fun one too, as you have to fix the heaters to defeat frozen enemies. Talking about fixing, you will be doing that a lot in this game. Like I said, fixing heaters, generators, shower cooling stations, and fixing them had a small button mashing minigame. On the PS5 you have to press L1 and R1 to fix it, and it was addicting. I like that aspect, it was more engaging rather than just holding down a button. Kinda reminded me Helldivers 2 stratagems. These missions can be done with any class. Classes help, but they are not crucial. On harder difficulty they are, but I wish the game implemented cooperation more on easier difficulties. Because of healing points, you don't really need a healer, apart from when you get swarmed. Anyone can fix things, and guns can be played with any classes. I wish the missions featured more class-based mechanics so they felt more important. The cosmetics are cool and have some interesting items like new guns and costumes, but I don't have the urge to complete these tiers, like I did with Helldivers 2 and Fortnite. The little customization options you have also needs more improvement. Maybe add keychains to your gun or spray paint on your armor. On the first day of release, the matchmaking was horrible. I was literally sitting there for more than 2 or 3 minutes. You know, Remedy Entertainment crafts these wonderful worlds with intriguing stories, but I am sad to say that this game doesn't feature much of a story. It is set 6 years after Control, and I learned that through the internet. Maybe I missed it, but it wasn't anywhere to be seen in the game. I wish there were cutscenes, more character interactions rather than a couple of dialogue, and just more world building overall. The visual world building is there and it is done well, but I wish we have gotten more. So overall, FBC Firebreak is on the positive side for me, but it does have its downsides. The gameplay is actually fun to play, the guns are creative and control tight. The whole game's movement is smooth and the objectives are engaging to play, but the whole game feels like a DLC to Control rather than a full release. It needs more story, more maps and missions, and a better way to keep the player playing for a long time. I played around 4 to 5 hours and I felt like I was done. Yes, I could unlock more reward tiers to get more cosmetics or guns, but at the end of the day I just didn't see the point. I am glad this was released on PS Plus because I doubt I would have bought it. But saying all this, the game is still fun to play with friends or even random people. If you love the Control universe, you might play it a lot, but yeah, it needs more juice and classes. My score for FBC Firebreak is a 6.5 out of 10. What about you? Have you tried FBC Firebreak? If so, what do you think about it? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see everyone on the next video.